There is a little bit of Starfield news today about how they're getting on and where the game is kind of at the moment. Also, Microsoft has slashed the Xbox Series S price again, and more going on today in the news. So let's get into it. What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new Major Ben Gaming video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day as always. And this is a channel where we talk about the latest and greatest Xbox news. I just want to say quickly before we get into this, I'm actually very highly considering at the moment starting a podcast where it's something that is going to happen. And if any of you are interested in being a permanent panel member on the podcast, then please do send me a message in the comments or even better, go to the Discord server and DM me directly there if you're interested in being a permanent weekly panel member. So yeah, anyway, without further ado, let's get into the news. So Microsoft has slashed the price of the Xbox Series S yet again for the Lunar New Year. Now, obviously, this is something Microsoft's been doing a lot for things like Black Friday sales and over Christmas and things. It's been massive that they've been doing this kind of thing. So they've actually brought the Xbox Series S down to only $239 US, which is insane. Or if you're in the UK like myself, it's £235.99. Ridiculously cheap. Like, for getting a next-gen system with the amount of power that the Series S has for this kind of price is just absolutely phenomenal, and that's on Microsoft's own website. So if you are in the market for a Series S, then by all means do go and check that out. I'm still tempted to pick one up for myself, even though I have a Series X. Just a nice console to have sort of downstairs in the living room as an additional to my Series X that I have in my main room up here. So Starfield, Xbox exclusive, obviously. This is apparently playable in full now from start to finish. Not for us, obviously, but what the actual quote is, and I'll read it out to you now, and I will actually just change over to my amazing new little thing that I can do, and we're going to zoom in here and we're going to read this. So we have it on good authority that Starfield's launch date isn't yet set in stone. That's a little disappointing, but speaking to us on condition of anonymity, I don't know how to pronounce that word, I'm not even going to bother trying, but I guess it's anonymous kind of ways. Trusted sources have told us that Starfield is now playable in full from start to finish. The game is truly vast, spanning multiple star systems. As such, the polishing effort is similarly gargantuan in nature. So I guess they've got a lot of polishing to do for this game, which is kind of to be expected. You got to remember, this game is absolutely huge, and to iron out every bug in a game like this would be absolutely impossible to do. So that's it's good news. The game is actually playable though from start to finish. So polishing, usually takes 2 to 3 months. So for game developers, so hopefully going into it a little bit further, we should see something in the next kind of 2 to 3 months, as in a release date. Then around that time, we should get something before that in the showcase. So that's fantastic news. So on to the bit of news today, which you can actually see in the background. Xbox has added a brand new dynamic background for Xbox Series X and S owners. This is in ties with the launch to Dead Space, the remake. Fantastic game, by the way. As you can see, I'm playing it at the moment. Absolutely fantastic game. I'm having a great time with it. I've realized the less and less I watch the Digital Foundry reviews, where they kind of said in the podcast, they haven't done a full review, but they said in the podcast, the graphics is a little bit disappointing. It's not maybe where it should be. I've just had a great time with the game. Like, I think people need to not always necessarily focus too much on all that sort of stuff. And just my cat is shaking the camera. Nenny, can we stop? It's kind of annoying. But yeah, you gotta just enjoy the games that you've bought and on the platform that you want to enjoy them on. So the next bit, I just want to talk about the Xbox Game Pass games that are coming soon in February. So we've got a couple of really decent games, but there's one in particular that I want to talk about, and that is Atomic Heart. Now this game just looks absolutely phenomenal to me. I think it's just looks gorgeous. It's one of those games that I've been excited about for such a long time, and I can't believe it's coming to Game Pass. But also along with that, you've got on February 2nd, you've got Darkest Dungeon. You've also got Grid Legends also on February 2nd. Hot Wheels Unleashed February 7th as well is a game that I'm going to try out. And then Atomic Heart on the 21st of February. But just to remind you, on the 31st of January, we do have Age of Empires 2, which is a game that I've loved when I was a child on PC, and I can't wait to check it out on Xbox. But going on to the next bit here, Xbox boss still thinks there is a high chance of the Activision Blizzard deal going through. Now, Phil Spencer did an interview, I think some point last week, and discussed various different things, and he was asked a question about the next kind of 12 months. So he said, my confidence remains high. This is about the Activision Blizzard deal. He thinks it's going to be going through. So my confidence remains high. We're actively working with the regulatory boards around the world that need to approve for this, and it's been a learning experience for me. I'm more confident now than I was a year ago, simply based on the information I have and the discussions that we've been having. So what you got to remember, this is all very new. He says in that interview how it's a very new experience to him. This isn't something he's done before. He's not gone through an acquisition. Many people, people in positions like Phil Spencer even wouldn't have gone through this size of an acquisition. This is a huge acquisition for Microsoft. So this is new to everybody kind of involved, including us as the public. This isn't something we've kind of seen before. So what you got to remember is, he's new to this too, and he's actually been learning more and more about this. He says in the interview and kind of discusses that he's actually more confident now with all he knows than he was previously. But we have another statement for him as well, and this is that despite a quiet 2022, Phil Spencer says he's incredibly confident in Xbox's future, which is fantastic news to hear. And he said, our commitment to our fans is that we need to have a steady release of great games that people can play on our platform, and we didn't do enough of that in 2022. There's no doubt. That's fantastic news that he's pointed that out, and fundamentally that's on me. I'm the head of the business. He's really taking responsibility here. It's great news. We're excited about getting to roll into 2023, have the developer direct. I felt really good about the games that we are showing. In terms of where we are as Xbox, I'm incredibly confident in the plan that we have, the strategy that we have, and the teams. When I look forward to the games that we're building and the platform ambition that we have, it just gives me more and more confidence in where we are going. So this just shows that he is obviously confident. They brought up about the fact that Hi-Fi Rush and the shadow drop that they did for Hi-Fi Rush is kind of there for them now. And it's this great news that he's confident in where we're going. He's taken note of the fact that there's not been enough releasing on the Xbox platform in 2022, and he's taken responsibility and said that it's that is on him, which it is. He is the what is he? What is his exact title? I can't remember now, but Xbox's top person, and it's his responsibility to make sure we get the games in hand. And talking about Hi-Fi Rush very quickly, it has actually in their debut week, Hi-Fi Rush reportedly outperforms Forspoken on Steam. Now bear in mind, sorry, I just hit my microphone. Bear in mind, the fact that it's outperformed Forspoken on Steam, even though it's a Game Pass title that you could go and download on PC Game Pass rather than buying it through Steam, it's still outperformed. Now, granted, obviously, Hi-Fi Rush costs like $26.99 here in the UK, and Forspoken is like $64.99, but I don't care. I just think it's amazing that it's still outsold it, despite it being on Game Pass and being an actually finished good game that doesn't go down to 720p on a PS5. I think it's kind of amazing that a game like this is just doing so well, and I'm so happy for Microsoft, because this is the kind of title that they've been talking about and been saying to us, we've got something new. This is something new that we've not seen before, and I'm here for it. I love the way Microsoft's going with these kind of games. So that's it for today's news. Anything obviously over the next few days that comes out, I try to do daily updates whenever I can. Sometimes there's just not enough to talk about, and that's fine. We don't do a video. But when there's enough, like there was today, there's a good amount of topics that I just kind of wanted to cover on my channel, then I'm going to be making a video. So this is the kind of format we're doing: daily videos with news. Sometimes I'll do some special videos like I did on Saturday. And yeah, that's kind of where we're going with this. But I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in future content. Bye bye for now.